Hi, what's up? How is it going? Today's video we are going to be looking at how to create a creative birthday banner in CorelDraw 2021. Without further ado, let's step into it. So right now, let's go ahead, zoom up, then let's go ahead and just let's make it the size of the banner, let's make it 37 by 22. It's okay, good. So right now what you're gonna do now is to go ahead, let's create our design. So go ahead to your rectangle tool, create a perfect rectangle tool just like so. Then you go over to flip your object to the other side. When you get to the other side, you right click to copy paste, then scroll it a little bit just like so. After all of that, just screw this, pull it, just like so. Then you flip it to the other side, right click, copy paste, likewise the down part just like so. So right now, what we're going to do next to just flip just like so. Then you go over and pull it closer to the main object. So copy again, then you go over just like so, pull it inside just like so, move it very closer to the main object, zoom up, good. So right now, flip to the other side, right click, copy paste, then you go ahead just like so, then you drag it in to fill in just like so. Good. So make a copy just like so. When you get your destination, you right click to copy paste, then make this a bit longer. Good. So right now what you're gonna do now is to select the whole thing, change it to white, then reduce it a little bit, position it right to the left hand corner. So our next step right now is to just go over to your color eyedropper tool, sample the color, then you go over to sample your color just like so. Good. So right now what you're gonna do is to go ahead and just hit repeat for all of them. So right now what you're gonna do now is to go ahead and just Powerclip this into the whole of the theme. Before we go further, let's just bitmap, convert to bitmap. It's okay, good. So right now what you're gonna do is to just make a copy of the picture, then you Powerclip that into place. Let's mirror it, Powerclip the picture into the boxes. So before we do that, let's just group it all up, group the whole thing, then you go ahead, right drag to the top of the object, then you release your mouse, then you locate Powerclip inside, automatically snap right inside the objects. So right now hold out key on keyboard to select the picture, release your hotkey, then adjust the picture just like so. Good. Good. Let's reduce it a little bit. So after all of that, so what we needed to do now is to go ahead and just bring it down, make a copy of that to the other side. So what we're gonna do now is to go ahead and just ungroup all of this. So go ahead to this, extract the content. So what you needed to do now is to go ahead and just select your shape tool, select the picture right from the bottom just like so, then you pull it up just like that. Go, boom. Can you see that? So right now what you need to do is to delete the object in which you before that, let's go over, make a copy, center it within the object, then you extract right click on the object, locate extract, then go over to your what's it called, shape tool, then range from the bottom, then you hold Ctrl key on keyboard, pull it up just like so, then you delete the box in which you extract the content from. So what we are going to do now, we are going to extract the content right from here. We don't want it to show right from there. Right click, then you go over and locate frame type, remove frame type, then you go over to this places where extract the content, delete that, then right click on the object, locate frame type, then you extract. So after all of this, all we needed to do next is to go ahead and just select the picture. Let's range from the left hand side, then you pull it in just like so. Can you see that? So what we needed to do now is to go ahead and make some of these our boxes a bit darker color. Good. Go ahead to the next one. So let's make this a bit darker as well. It has to vary in color. So go ahead and select the whole thing just like so. Right click on white, set it to white, then go ahead, hit F12. So right now let's change the thickness of the line to 3. Check on scale to object, check on behind fill, it's okay. That's not enough, so let's make it 9. It's okay. Go ahead again, so let's make it 17. I think that's okay. So right now what we are going to do is to go ahead and make a copy of this, extract the content, delete that, then you right click, locate frame type, remove frame, then you go ahead and change the color to this, center it to the boxes that you copied it from, then you go ahead to your transparency tool, go ahead to this place, then choose subtract. I changed the whole thing right there, so go ahead, let's make it screen. That's not okay. Multiply. So right now what you are going to do is to just change this to magenta. Let's tap blue into it. So good. So right now our next step right now is to group it all up, then you go ahead, let's apply shadow. Good. Wait a while. Good. So let's go ahead and just go over to object, then you locate break drop shadow apart, automatically it breaks, then you group it all up. So our next step right now is to go ahead, let's go over to look for pre-downloaded pattern. So what we are going to do now is to convert this to grayscale. Convert it to grayscale. Call this off just like so, then you go ahead, click once again, then you slant it just like so. So all we needed to do is to go ahead again, convert to bitmap, then you go ahead to your transparency tool, click on uniform transparency, then you go ahead and make it a bit lighter, a bit. Good. So right now what we are going to do now is to go ahead, bitmap again. Good. So let's create an object on top of that. just like so. Good. Change the color to this color. Make it a bit lighter. Then let's go ahead to what's it called, transparency tool. Then you go over to this place and choose multiply, or better still, let's use screen. Let's see the outcome. I think this is nice. So what we needed to do now is to just select the whole thing together, then you convert to bitmap. In this case we are going to use RGB. It's okay. It's a Y for that to initiate. Then you go ahead to lengthen that up. After all of this, go ahead again and convert to bitmap. Good. So let's Powerclip that into the background. Then hold Alt key, select the heat of the image, then you release the Alt key and adjust to fit in. Good. So right now let's go over and bring in the what's it called, the text in which you want to use in designing the birthday banner. So what we're going to do now is to go ahead and change it to Futurati. After all of this, hit Ctrl K. So what we are going to do now is to just make this title case. Then you go ahead and just bring this down a little bit. So what we are going to do now is to hit Ctrl K to break that into pieces. Then let's make this 50 a bit bigger. So in this case we are going to use this color. Good. So right click to set outline to none, then hit Ctrl K on your keyboard. So right now what you're going to do is to delete this, then you go over and create the perfect circle just like so. Good. Make a copy in Word. So after all of this, what we needed to do is just make a copy of this layer just like so. Likewise this just like so. Right click to copy. So let's select these two, select these two, so then combine. So let's change the color. Good. Change the color to this. So what you're going to do now is to go ahead and combine these two as well. Ctrl L. So after all of this, what we needed to do now is to go ahead and just let's trim. Hold Shift key, select the 5, then you go over and trim that. So that's show indication of the 50, you know. So right now what you're going to do is to go ahead and just select this TH, move it very closer to this. Let's change it to this color. Good. Then let's go ahead and change the birthday, the title case. Then you go over and use Bridget Powerclip, or better still this return. So right now let's change the color to this as well. So let's change this as well to that font. Then you change it, change the color. So as this right now, we are going to reduce this whole thing a bit. Good. Let's change the font to normal font. Let's make this cap uppercase, reduce that a little bit, then select your what's it called, shape to increase the tracking, center it within the 50. Good. Center it within there. Can you see that? So let's make this a bit longer as well with your shape tool, center it within that. So right now go over and make this lowercase. It's okay. So right now what we need to do is to go ahead, let's make this title case as well. Hit Ctrl K to break that into pieces, then you go ahead and change this to this fonts, make it bigger. Or better still, let's use Edward. So let's make this, change it to this color. Right click, go ahead and change this to this font as well, make it bigger. Good. Or better still, let's use Naija. Good. So what we're going to do now is to go ahead and change this to white. So go ahead and just make this. Let's use our gradient interactive field to apply it on the 50. Double click right here, change that to black, make it closer, just like so. So right click on white to set the outline to white, then you go ahead and just hit on F12, then you change the thickness to 2 points, hit OK. Good. Adjust this a little bit. Good. So right now what we need to do is to go ahead, select this whole thing, group it all up. So let's give it gradients, like shadow effects. Good. Go ahead and break the drop shadow apart. So after all of that, let's just make this a bit smaller, change this to headward, make it a bit longer, change the color to this. So what we are going to do now, let's leave this as Naija, make it a bit smaller. Good. So after all of this, let's change this to reduce it a little bit, then you go over, enter right from here, then enter from here. So what we are going to do now is to just, let's make it to be at the right hand side, just like so. Reduce it a little bit, then you go ahead to use your shape tool, reduce the tracking. After all of that, let's create a line just like so, then hit F12, then let's make it a dotted line, then you make it 2 points, it's OK. Go over again, let's make it 4. Let's use this, it's OK. Good. Hit once again, then you scroll it just like so, position it so well. Good. So here we come to the end of the tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button below subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button so that other people can benefit from what we have shared so far. See you in the next video. Bye for now.